Welcome back to Fallout 4 with the Rude Man. We just finished off doing Leviathan, another primal down, and we need to go in and see what's going on here. The Admiral has informed me of the arrangement. I have in my keeping a letter of introduction for Lady Yugiri. To the south stands a gate leading to a pier for smaller fishing vessels. Look for an inconspicuous Harian man there and present the letter to him. He serves as gatekeeper of sorts. Now, before you go, I'm obliged to remind you that the members of the fraternity to which you would be introduced abide in the shadows of Leminson society. They value their independence more highly than pirates are united by bond stronger than mithril. To wit, they are invariably wary of new faces. Though it be penned by the Admiral herself, mere words on parchment will get you only so far into their confidence. You must work for every ounce of trust they place in you. But here's the letter. Go to the aforementioned place, show it to the aforementioned man, and good luck. You got business with me, Venture? So, you're the man the Admiral sent. I was hoping I might catch a glimpse of Thancred, too. Been a while since I saw his shite-eaten grin. But, what with all the doe-eyed wenches about, I expect he's got his hands full. Ah, you must be the Far Easterner that the Admiral says wants to train with us. Welcome to Limsa, milady. I am Yugiri of Doma. 'Tis an honor to make your acquaintance. I must confess, when first I learned of your organization, I had certain preconceptions as to the nature of your membership. It would seem I was mistaken. You're not the first person to say that, lass. Limsa's a city of pirates, to be sure, and pirates don't give two farts about keeping a spotless reputation. They hardly need a secret society to do their dirty work. Might be as my people and I keep to the shadows, but we've got nothing to be ashamed of. It's simply better for business that we remain unseen. And so you have developed fighting techniques suited to this purpose. Know that the practitioners of my art, too, are denizens of shadow. 'Tis in stealth that our strength lies. There is much we might learn from one another. Then what in the seven hells are we waiting for? If you've come with us, Yugiri, and do what is it, we can get acquainted in a more private surrounds. Ha, that didn't come out right, did it? Master Roland, I shall remain with these people for a time, that I might study their ways. Though I am loath to be separated from my countrymen, I take solace in the knowledge that they are in the best of hands. You have been a true friend to us Domans. No words would suffice to express my gratitude. Ere long, I hope to begin imparting my martial knowledge to the people of Erosia. When that time comes, it would be my honor to welcome you as a student. Much and more has occurred since first I held Erosia from the galleon's deck. Suffice it to say, I did not envisage being invited to play a part in your noble struggle. But forgive me, I have kept you over long. Doubtless you have pressing business of your own. Rest assured that I no longer require an escort in this land. When next we meet Lady Mephilia, pray relay to her my humblest thanks. Would that I could do so in person. I must needs fulfill my promise to the Admiral. Till we meet again, Warrior of Light. Alright, we're back to wherever it is we're going. Mordona.
I have been reflecting upon the events which took place during our visit to Vilbrand. If you have a moment, I would share my conclusions with you. Please, bear with me. When the Sahagin Elder summoned Leviathan, he employed the power we have come to know as the Echo. Though I cannot well explain the how of it, it would seem he became immortal in so doing. When the Admiral subsequently slew him, his spirit emerged from his lifeless flesh, a consciousness shorn of physical form. Thus transfigured, he took up residence in the body of his minion with the ease of a man donning a favorite glove. Long have I known that the Echo allows one to pass through the walls of a man's soul. But never did I imagine that it could free us from our own flesh, nor less that our souls could then occupy the next corporeal vessel to take our fancy. It was of this that Elidibus spoke, an existence which knows neither cessation nor oblivion. And yet, though the Sahagin had mastered his gift and thereby become immortal, he was by no means invulnerable. As we both bore witness, he was ultimately absorbed into Leviathan. And the import of this observation? If the Ascians' mode of existence is indeed the same, it can be inferred that they too are not invulnerable, that they can be destroyed. There exists a legend which tells of souls who are reborn upon the cusp of each umbral calamity, that they might stay the encroaching darkness. To most, it is but a fairy tale, yet recent events have given me cause to wonder. Could the legend in fact refer to the Echo? Much and more yet remains unknown, but I am confident that all will become clear in time. For the present, however, what matters is that the key to defeating the Ascians may at last be within sight. With Urianger's aid, it is my hope that I shall fathom this matter ere long. Oh, I was just about to send for you, my friend. Is aught amiss?
Grave tidings from the Sharlayan motherland, my lady. It doth concern our distant allies, the students of Baldessian.
What of them?
My lady, the Isle of Val, which for many years hath been the Order's home, is no more.
No more? Whatever do you mean?
I relate only that which hath been conveyed unto me by our agents. An etheric wave of the highest magnitude was recorded in the region. Soon thereafter, 'twas observed that the isle had ceased to be. 'Tis postulated that a magic was evoked, like in power to Ultima.
12 preserve.
If there are no other matters, I move that today's meeting be adjourned.
It is done, my lord. I Forgive my impertinence, my lord, but these orders, I am uncertain as to what end they serve.
Revolution.
Our friends, the very isle itself, everyone and everything. No, it avails us not to speculate. Urianger will send word if there are any developments. Until such times as he does, we must remain firmly focused on that which is within our power to change. With that in mind, I would speak of a different matter, one closer to home. It concerns etheric fluctuations which he had previously attributed to good King Moogle. That the king is no more is a blessing for which we have you to thank. Yet all is not well in the Twelveswood. Our latest readings reveal an ongoing etheric disturbance of considerable magnitude. They may even suggest the presence of a primal. Needless to say, the mere possibility warrants immediate investigation, and I would have you... Acela? I do not wish to interrupt, but we have a problem. What manner of problem? A band of refugees hailing from Ul'dah this time are come to Reverence Toll seeking asylum. It would seem they expect us to afford them the same treatment that we gave the Domans. At present, they are in the 7th heaven awaiting a formal response. I see. Mayhap this is to be expected. I shall meet them at once. Acela, you know full well we haven't the resources to accommodate many more people. Consider what will happen if you do this. Word will spread and more will follow. Your opinion is duly noted, but I will hear their suit. Roland, I should be grateful for your presence at this meeting. A 7th heaven, that's what they call their tavern. It's really not much of a tavern. A couple of chairs, a bar. You had a couple of tables and chairs. Looks like some kind of a cook. In a bar, that's it. I apologize for keeping you waiting. My name is Minfilia, and I lead the Scions of the 7th Dawn. 12 be praised, it is you. We're ready and willing to work, same as the Domans. Just give us a task, and we will see it done. Pray, calm yourselves. I appreciate your enthusiasm, but I know not of your situation. Beg your pardon, antecedent. I ain't so good with words. We've been living off the scraps of Ul'dah for years now, trying to piece together a life to replace the one that got took. They say there's work, but there's not for an honest man. Not is as wouldn't sully his soul sooner than his palms. The flames do what they can for us, of course, but it ain't near enough. It's only getting worse. When the calamity brought us to our knees, those wrist bastards in the city didn't help us up. They climbed on our backs. I don't pretend to be clever, but even I can see what's coming. I knew we had to run. The only question was where. And then it came to me, Reverence Toll. I mean, you took in them foreigners, didn't you? So you'd surely do the same for us. I fear the situation is rather more complicated. While it's true that we accepted the Doman's petition for aid, that decision was the product of extraordinary circumstances. I sympathize deeply with your plight, but pray understand that it is not possible for an organization of our means to aid all who have been affected by the calamity. So it is with great regret that I must deny your request. But we've got nowhere else to go. You're turning your back on us. If I might have a word? Tetero, is aught amiss? Ill tidings from Ul'dah, my lady. Alphanod has been wounded. What? How? Is it serious? I can't say for certain, but I fear it might be. According to the flames, the refugees started a riot. They went wild, apparently, lashing out at any and everyone. That can't be right. Why would they do that? They must have been provoked. The demonstration was meant to be peaceful. 7 hells. Now the Blades have an excuse. They'll round us up and kill anyone who tries to resist. Antecedent, please, if you don't help us build a new life, at least help us keep the ones we've got. My lady? We are not ones to stand idle by and watch innocents suffer. However, until we know more of the circumstances surrounding this riot, I'm not certain what aid, if any, we can provide. If the authorities determine that the refugees attacked without provocation, then those responsible will have to answer to their actions. How can you be so blind? Find Alphanod, and quickly. If he's in danger, or worse, I would have you and none other by his side. Thank you. Pray do not concern yourself with the matter that we are discussing earlier. Ida and Papalimo will see to it. Alphanod is being treated in the hourglass. Hurry, Roland. Alright, I guess we're off. Well, he doesn't look very bad off. Are you faking?
Come, you must have gathered by now that Tataru is given to exaggeration. As you can see, I am quite well. Ul'dah, on the other hand, is not. This riot was anything but an isolated incident. There is a restlessness in the air. Tensions long simmering are at last threatening to boil over. Ul'dah is a nation infamous for the great disparity between the wealthy and the poor. The majority of the populace accepts this state of affairs because they believe that every man bears responsibility for his own lot in life. To an Ul'dan, money is the foremost, and some would say the only measure of a man's worth. Small wonder that the wealthiest wield the greatest influence. So where do the refugees fit into this social hierarchy? What place is there for those who fled Alamigo and the destruction of the Calamity? Plainly, there is none. They have no wealth, no power, and no worth. To the Ul'dan way of thinking, they may as well not exist. Choosing to ignore their existence, however, is patently not an option. General Rauban and the Sultana understand this, which is why they ordered the Immortal Flames to provide the refugees aid and succor. Yet none would dispute that the expenses incurred by this policy grow by the day. with no end in sight. This has prompted more and more Uldans to question their obligation to aid these worthless wanderers, while more and more refugees have come to resent their treatment at the hands of the sneering citizenry. The manner of Lord Lolorito's refusal to grant the Dolmens asylum bespoke a disdain for all refugees, an attitude shared by the rest of the monetarists, and you may be sure they make no effort to conceal their opinions. It was only a matter of time before the refugees united in protest, nor is it any surprise that some among them would ultimately resort to violence. That the Immortal Flames should choose this of all occasions to engage in joint training exercises with the other Grand Companies. By the time they return, the situation may well have deteriorated beyond mending.
As I told you before, it was all but inevitable that an incident of this kind would eventually occur given the rising tensions within the Sultanate. Nevertheless, I have reason to believe that this particular riot may not have begun spontaneously. Have I piqued your curiosity? Good. Then you will accompany me to the Hall of Flames. I would hear what General Raban has to say upon the matter. Now's not a good time, Lieutenant Painter. My hands are full dealing with the refugees. Precisely the matter we've come to discuss, General. Alphanod, back on your feet already? You may credit my swift recovery to your surgeons. My memories of the riot are still somewhat muddled. I trust you managed to regain control of the situation. Not entirely. We secured the city soon enough, but not before the unrest had spread to the surrounding territories. Pockets of resistance remain throughout Thanalan. We have sent what forces we can spare to root out the last of the belligerents, but progress is slow. They are damnably elusive. I can well imagine. Given that the majority of refugees live outside the walls, it stands to reason that they would know the lay of the land. What I do not understand is how they came to be so well prepared. Before my little accident, I observed that several of the refugees were armed, and not with butcher's knives or pitchforks, but with martial weaponry. I need hardly add that such equipment is costly. None can deny that tensions between the Ulduan citizenry and the refugee population has increased since the Domans were turned away, but would that motivate a starving man to purchase arms in lieu of food? I think not. And what of those who have not even a single guild to spend, who could not survive without the aid provided by the Immortal Flames? Surely they would sooner sell a weapon than bring it to bear against their benefactors. Come to the point. Well, very well. My point, General, is that this powder keg of discontent was not set alight by chance. These events were deliberately set in motion, and now order must be restored. That is my first duty. Until it is done, any investigation can wait. I do not have time to discuss this. My scouts will be returning anon. The general is no fool. He keeps his own counsel, and with good cause. Were he to complain without the necessary proof that these riots were instigated by outside forces, the monetarist would accuse him of attempting to shirk his responsibility. After all, he and the Sultana have been the most outspoken proponents of refugee aid. Regardless, they will face harsh criticism in the days ahead. Our allies may stumble upon the truth in time, but I have far more faith in your abilities, Roland. Therefore, I propose we conduct our own investigation, independent of the authorities. To that end, I would have you make inquiries in the settlements suspected of harboring belligerents. Commander Swift will know which they are. He may balk at the request for such information, but I've no doubt that you can persuade him with your silver tongue. I, meanwhile, shall seek answers in my own way, after which we can regroup and share our findings. Well then, shall we? You look as though you have something to say, Lieutenant. Do you? What you ask is no simple favor. Were such information to fall into the wrong hands, the lives of countless soldiers would be at risk. Even so, there is wisdom in your words. An able individual, even one with ties to the flames, may be better suited to this task than a regiment. Very well, the Brass Blades have reported suspicious activity in the vicinity of Lost Hope. It may be unrelated to recent events, but we doubt it. I suggest you begin by speaking with the Blades posted there. A friend of the Sultanate, are we? Well, I take this to mean someone has read my report. The refugees who left with Merchant have yet to return, and I am increasingly concerned. Suspicions were correct. You haven't the foggiest what I'm talking about, do you? Never mind. Speak with Zazwaka. He will explain everything. And what brings you here, adventurer? A search for refugees. Well, then you've come to the right place. Oh, you mean those refugees? Oh, no. You won't find them here. Most of the people of Lost Hope have come to accept their situation and are content to pass their days in peace and quiet. Outsiders have trouble understanding that, like that merchant who passed through recently. Gregarious fellow, but awfully opinionated. Can't say I was sad to see him go. Alright, I think our guy's inside this cave. Ah, don't hurt me. I'm not one of them. Oh, I beg your pardon. You're of the Flames, but you're not with the Flames. I see. If Lothric bid you speak with me, then I take it you've agreed to help. 12 be praised for that, because we haven't a moment to waste. Everyone knows the Flames are on the march. The others have fallen under the fanatic's spell, but not I. Promises of revolution and retribution, of holding their ruling class to account and taking that which is owed. Child's fantasy. I did everything I could to dissuade the others from leaving, but few would heed my words. Now that one of our idealists has returned, however, the madness of the merchant's plan is plain for all to see. Look behind yonder tent, and you'll understand why. Even now, he babbles incoherently. So traumatized is he by the bloodshed he witnessed. Try as I might, I can make little sense of his words, beyond the fact that he was not alone in surviving. Yet I've no doubt that the merchant will lead the remainder to their doom. I beg of you, find them before he does. What are you doing? Don't draw. No, draw. Don't draw. Don't draw. Don't draw. Why didn't you run away with me? We could have escaped together, then you'd be here with me. Here to soothe me. Why did you have to stay and leave me alone? Alright, I guess I have to soothe him. Who are you? What do you want? Aye, it's true. I followed the merchant, and may the gods strike me down for my folly. Oh, what they will not give, you must take, he said. When we asked how, he revealed a cache of weapons that he had brought and implored us to seize control of our fates. I thought about running then and there, but the others were so excited. He split us into 2 groups and sent us off on our own. When the flames found us, we didn't know what to do. Our leader tried to parley with theirs, but then they started arguing and then fighting, and then everyone was fighting, and the flames were shouting to give no quarter, and... oh gods, the other group. They're still out there. If we don't stop them, they'll be massacred like mine was. The other refugees are hiding in the caves south of Lost Hope, but to approach them would be fruitless. They would sooner call us agents of the Sultanate than try to kill us than to listen to reason. Why, the twins might even deign to do the deed themselves. A pox on all the bloody sellswords. They were supposed to train us to fight, but the ones he sent with us vanished during the struggle. Oh, if only we had never listened to that merchant's ridiculous claims. He said our cause was righteous, that the gods would never suffer us to be defeated. Though, if they were forced to confront reality, that's it. Challenge the twins to combat and show my brethren that their strongest warriors are no match for one man. Perhaps then they will agree to lay down the arms and renounce this plot. Seven hells. They found us. Everyone grab your gear and make for the rendezvous point. So that's your game, is it? Ah, sorry to disappoint you, lad, but we're more than willing to kill you ourselves. Well, good luck with that. You beat him like it was nothing. Thal Almighty, what are we going to do now? You've returned. Did you find my brethren? What of the twins? What happened? I see. Well, you had no choice. Better that a handful of them take a beating from you than a lot get butchered by the flames. Tell me, what did the merchant have to say when it was over? Huh? But where else would he be? Unless he went to Stone's Throw to recruit others. Stone's Throw, huh? The merchant wished to approach the refugees in Stone's Throw, but was waiting until the flames withdrew their forces from the vicinity. Now that they have, there's nothing to stop him from continuing his work. How many more must perish in pursuit of this futile cause? How much more suffering must we endure before it ends? Find him, convince him to cease his mad quest. It will surely lead us to ruin. So Stone's Throw is a camp for refugees right outside the gate of Ul'dah. And because it's a stone throw away from the gate, they call it Stone Throw. I'm supposing. Who's this little girl? Why's she crying? Have you seen my parents? They told me to stay here with the others. They said they'd be back soon, but it's been days. They left with the man from Ul'dah. The man said they were going to change everything, make it so we could live inside the walls with everyone else. I liked it when he said that. I didn't like it when he talked about making the rich people pay. Everyone looked so angry, and I got scared. Say, mister, are you looking for someone? Yeah, I'm looking for the merchant. You mean the man who left with my parents? Bah, I don't know where. Wait, look, over there. I think that's him. Well now, which of these gullible fools shall we be my next victim? You? What, we can't outrun the guy? He's getting away. Go get him, mister. Where the hell did he go? He's a slippery little bugger. You again? Why are you pursuing me? Sedition? Treason? Revolution? That's preposterous. Who has filled your head with these lies? Refugees, the self-same refugees who terrorized the streets of Ul'dah. Ha! You have no evidence to prove your accusations. None. No, I will not accompany you to the Hall of Flames. You have no right to detain me. For sake of argument, let us say I did do those things you claim. Surely you don't think I give a quern's arse about politics. It was business, Only business. Uh-oh, sniper. We both know I'm not the one you want. However, if you agree to protect me, I swear I shall tell you everything. I tell you everything. Good shot. You couldn't have stopped that? What kind of hero are we? What's all this commotion? 7 hells. Tell the others to spread out and search the area. The killer may still be close. Hold, adventurer. I would know more about your relationship with the victim, as well as the events leading up to his death. The man was responsible for the recent riots? Mayhap we owe this murderer a debt of gratitude. In any case, it's obvious you are not the one whom we seek. You may carry on with your investigation, Scion. Well, I was gonna anyway. You couldn't have stopped me. Let's see, where's my gate? There we go. What news, Lieutenant? Where's the merchant? Murdered? Damn it all to 7th hell. He was not simply murdered, Lieutenant. He was silenced. Too many knew his face, and he was ready to divulge his secrets. Not to despair, though. We may be closer to identifying the true Do not despair, though. We may be closer to identifying the true orchestrator of these riots than you realize. All right, we're going to take a break here, and we'll talk to the Flame Commander when we get back. I hope you had fun. I hope to see you then. Ta-ta for now.